I definitely want to be able to be a productive member of the community again. I want to pay taxes and not have to be a burden to the taxpayers.
What would you say to the legislators that that denied cuts to the nursing homes? What would you like to say to those representatives?
And to there are still cuts to Medicaid in response to those cuts as well.
So what's the bottom line on the cuts?
I don't know the exact number because it all changed as it came out of committee, the conference committee.
Mm-hmm.
So as of yesterday, there are some new numbers out, and I'm not sure what those are.
So
there's still drastic cuts to community services programs.
the community services, right?
So, but
Right.
my understanding is that, and the number that they are maintaining for nursing homes doesn't account for growth. So
Right.
as nursing homes grow in 12 and 13, as the number of residents grows in 12 and 13, and those lists aren't moving
Right.
at all, there's going to be a spillover and
Right. And as the baby boomers,
Right.
so what question could we ask? Summarize it. Healthcare cuts.
What would you ask of legislators? What would you ask them to focus on and make a priority? What would
Because you're the voice, basically, being the voice of many of the residents that can't speak. What would you say to legislators
about their priorities?
about the priorities
that they've
of
set.
healthcare?
I think a major priority of healthcare, or even any type of, the insurance industry, healthcare is driven by the insurance industry, and Medicaid is a form of insurance. And so it's definitely.
I think just plugging
think
our
about it. We can
yeah,
use it.
just plugging that further, the proposed cuts would be devastating to skilled nursing facilities. It's going to back up the hospitals. Again, it's the gridlock.
Make waiting lists longer.
People who, like I was saying earlier, people that are
Even though we're not cutting, my understanding is that even though we're going to make sure that no nursing homes are closed, they're going to become full to the point that there are still residents, people that need to be in nursing homes, unlike yourself, because there are other resources there that you hope to take advantage of.
But her speaking on behalf of the residents who don't have a voice, who can't speak,
there will still be many residents who don't have a place to go as these.
Exactly.
As
And
these
because
homes fill
of
up
the
and
people
lists get longer.
not being able to that are in that pending mode, that Medicaid pending mode, that Medicaid pending mode is growing.
And nobody can take.
I'm right now, we're at 5. I've got 5 right now, but I have 9 more that are after they go
And
off their
we're not accounting
Medicare.
for that growth.
It's continuing to grow. It's not like the mail. It's constantly coming into our facility. You're on this payer source for, less than 100 days. Once you're off, you may be Medicaid pending. I don't have a space for Medicaid pending. I can only keep a certain risk factor.
Right.
And I can only carry people for free for so long. And with the waits right now, it's several months. With the continued growth and the cuts in those fundings, there's not enough caseworkers to get people qualified. So people are going to be on we're not going to know where to put them. People that don't have family, that are going to lose maybe they go into the hospital and they lose their spot in housing. They lose their apartments that they're in. These people aren't going to, they don't pay their bills, these apartment owners are going to kick them out.
Right.
Then what? You're in the hospital for a month, now they want to put you in a nursing home, but no one's taking Medicaid pending because we don't get paid on them.
Right.
We don't have to take them.
Right.
I don't have to take you.
You can
I
afford
do.
to take them.
I can afford to take them because of my
To a
case.
certain extent.
Exactly.
Right.
It's
And you'll
it's-
reach that.
You know, nursing home administrators have to kind of do the balanced budget act too,
Right.
to some extent, because
Absolutely.
I could put us in
Absolutely.
bankruptcy really quickly by taking residents that don't have payer sources.
Absolutely.
And that's me turning people away who need health care. It's a hard place to be. It's gridlock.
So there's 3 or 4 questions here then. It can't just be,
Just sum up what any
Just
further
say whatever
cuts.
you think you want to say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
You're the voice of everyone sitting back at Seagerview.
any further cuts. First of all, I want to thank the legislature for not cutting as was proposed. That would have been absolutely devastating. I have a voice, I can speak. There are so many at our facility who can't speak. They don't know where they are. They need help to brush their teeth. They can't feed themselves. And my heart goes out to them. Where would they be? Institutionalized? I can't even bear to think that. There is no place that I know of. As I said, I'm kind of in limbo. Hopefully, I won't be in limbo much longer, but yet I am. Any further cuts? I can't even imagine the impact that it would have. It would just be exponentially devastating. There's no other word for it. For someone to be in a nursing home in the first place, their life's in a not so great place. We take so many things for granted. Walking, talking, being able to go where you want, when you want. Like I said, living on SSI is about what most people pay for a good car payment and insurance. And yet we're supposed to live on that. Without the low-income housing and without the community-based alternative, there is no way to survive. Absolutely no way to survive. So any further cuts to Medicaid would cut into what medications would be paid for. That can seriously impact someone's life, especially someone like me with chronic pain. Trust me, I don't want to even think about the change in medication that could affect just me personally. Not having a place to go, not having enough hours, not having the safety net, literal safety net if I were to have a fall, not being able to get a hold of someone and have to wait until the next day until an aide was coming could be a nightmare, especially if I was injured or I couldn't feel an injury. There's all kinds of those things that I have to look at and think about and deal with. So if those hours are cut, or if that aspect is completely cut out of a program, I just can't imagine. We had a resident who is leaving this morning. It was a quadriplegic. He's paralyzed from the neck down and uses his head to move his wheelchair. There's no way that he could live outside of a nursing home facility if he did not have the hours that he has in the CDA program.
And I know you are thrilled for that resident that he's taken the next step in his life.
Yes, I'm very happy for him.
And
I
those
am very happy
programs
for him.
help get him there.
Yes.
And he's about the same age as you, as I recall.
No, he's a little bit older than
He's
I
a little
am.
bit older?
Yeah.
I'm thrilled for him. I really am.
Yeah, too. And it's interesting, we're working with the same people. There's, there's several state agencies. That's another aspect of it. You have to work with so many agencies. You can't just work with the Department of Aging and Disabilities. You can't just work with DARS or ARSOL you have to go with so many different agencies to be able to
Create
coordinate.
that domino effect.
Right. So it's
Timing, the stars have to be aligned.
yes, exactly.
The stars have to be aligned.
I have a whole list. I've gotten every contact name that he used to get out. And he had a different interaction with the exact same person that I'm dealing with. So he's a little more patient than even though I am a mom.
Thank you, Diana.
Yeah, I think that was perfect.